Chilling new numbers as nearly half of America prepares to slowly reopen this week. The death toll still soaring. Those numbers a grim reminder of where the country is in this fight. More than 67,000 dead. New York State reporting 280 deaths in 24 hours. Hospitalizations below 10,000 for the first time since March. New York City investigating violent arrests like this one as officers were enforcing social distancing rules. A park ranger in Texas, look at this, shoved into the water, explaining social distancing there. Warm weather drying out crowds this weekend in South Carolina. Several newly reopened parks and some beaches reaching capacity before noon. And with his state reopening, Ohio's governor rescinding his own order requiring customers to wear masks inside stores. ABC's Trevor Ault is in New York to lead us off.
Tonight, mounting confusion across the country, and with half of U.S. states now reopening, frustration growing over social distancing.
About 6 feet of distance with each other.
This Texas park ranger trying to break up a crowd at Lake Austin, then shoved in the water. 25-year-old Brandon Hicks now charged with attempted assault on a public servant, a felony. In New York City, plainclothes police officers approaching a group on the street they said were in violation of social distancing orders. The altercation escalating, one officer taking out his stun gun. The NYPD saying the incident is under investigation. 3 people taken into custody on multiple charges, including resisting arrest. Across the city, 51 others issued social distancing summons, mostly in parks. Amid these simmering tensions, governors struggling to unify their states as they determine the best path forward. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves halted plans to reopen on Friday after seeing a single-day record of nearly 400 new cases.
It was a one-day blip, but we wanted to make sure we investigate that data before we make a final decision, so we delayed it.
But today, the governor saying that spike was the result of a data dump and cases have since receded.
We're doing everything in our power to get our state back open as soon as possible.
While in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine requiring masks for anyone entering a store, but backing off the order the next day.
It became clear to me that that was just a bridge too far, that people were not going to accept the government telling them what to do.
In Maryland, dozens gathering in a parking lot demanding businesses reopen in a state where cases continue to climb.
Sadly, we had far more people die yesterday in Maryland than we had protesters.
In Michigan, this week, hundreds spilling into the state capitol, some armed with assault rifles, and very few masks. Dr. Deborah Birx calling the trend devastatingly worrisome.
If they go home and infect their grandmother or their grandfather, they will feel guilty for the rest of our lives.
Our team tracking the changing rules across the country.
Colorado has a patchwork of guidelines that change depending on where you live. Here in Douglas County, south of Denver, places like this hair salon are open and busy. And even though some state restrictions have been lifted, some of Colorado's biggest counties and cities say the governor's plan to reopen is too rushed.
And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis kickstarting a 3-phase plan to reopen the state Monday, but it doesn't include 3 major counties surrounding Miami.
For the countless people we have spoken with down here who have been unemployed for more than a month now and have been dealing with Florida's unreliable unemployment system, that is the last news that they want to hear.
Hi, welcome back to Santikos.
Some Texas theaters once again showing movies, but blocking off rows with caution tape and asking customers about their symptoms.
If that answer is yes, we're going to politely ask you to come back and refund your money.
With many families starting to get back to normal, we remember some families will never be the same. Colorado paramedic Paul Carey volunteered his services in New York, only to die from the virus himself. Today, a procession of ambulances honoring his service and sacrifice, escorting him to the airport for his last journey home.
And Trevor Ault joins us now from Central Park. Trevor, we know here in New York restrictions are expected to remain in place for the foreseeable future, but even more states are going to be joining the movement to ease restrictions tomorrow.
That's right, Tom. Tomorrow, 7 states are going to be lifting restrictions in some capacity, though they're all doing it in a variety of ways. For example, Florida, Missouri, and Kansas will all allow people to dine in restaurants, but all with different limits. Indiana is going to let retailers and malls open at 50%, and the state taking the most cautious first step is New Hampshire, only allowing health care services and elective procedures. Tom?
A lot of new developments this week. All right, Trevor, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.